Is the month of September going to suck for Bitcoin? Well, historically it has, and in today's video, I want to discuss the charts with you, looking at some of the key levels that we need to be watching here for Bitcoin moving into the month of September. My name's Lark. I make videos on investing. If you like that topic, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also tap on the thumbs up button. Let me know you do appreciate this kind of content. Now let's get into it. Okay, now let's get into this, and I want to start off by talking about narratives because the Ethereum merge is coming up on September 15th. And obviously this is massively important. Ethereum represents 40% of the entire cryptocurrency market when taken as an entire network, all the tokens that operate on top of Ethereum. It's a big damn deal what's happening. But once that happens, there's not really any new narratives leading to the end of the year. They're going to pump up markets. What are we looking forward to? Recessions in the UK, recession in Europe, recession in the United States, energy crisis, Chinese real estate market crisis. Where are crypto narratives to pump up the markets? I'm not seeing them currently, and things can always emerge later on this year, but this Ethereum merge is the big deal. And after that, not a lot to bring that hype into the markets leading into the end of the year. So that is something to keep in mind, especially because the Ethereum merge may end up being a buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. Of course, it's nice to have one more little pump before we have a sell the news on the 15th of September. But normally, I'd like to point out, September's not super awesome months for the markets. So we can see here, over the last 10 years, we have had, well, if we discount this year, 7 of the last 9 Septembers have been in the red. And yeah, that's a bit anecdotal, and it's a bit, to an extent, of a meme to look at this, right? But it is worth noting that Septembers are usually bad months for the market. They're usually red months. And with all the stuff going on in the world right now, I would not be surprised if this is another month that is in the red. Now that doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to drop 50% to $10,000 or something this month. It could just mean that we finish the month down at $19,000, down a couple percent, for example. Or if we do get a green month, it'll be so anemic, it won't really matter that much. We're up 1% by the end of the month. Yay. Could have a lot of price volatility again going around the September 15th Ethereum merge event. Now the good news, if you can pay any attention to Bitcoin monthly returns on a historical basis and try and extrapolate some kind of future information out of those, is that October tends to be a pretty damn good month. In fact, it's the inverse of September's, where 7 of the last 9 Octobers have been quite strong green months, where September's been mildly bad. October's generally been pretty damn good for Bitcoin. Is that going to happen again this time? We shall see. Again, there's not a lot of narratives coming to help push the markets up, but something could always emerge. So we shall see if this all plays out this year or not. By the way, before we get into talking about the monthly charts for Bitcoin, if you don't have yourself an account on Bybit yet, you gotta get yourself one. It's the best place for longing and shorting Bitcoin, Ethereum, all of the top coins. They also have a huge spot market for altcoins, one of the biggest in the world. Use the link down below to start your account. You're going to get 0% maker fees. Yes, 0% fees for market makers, as well as $4,450 in potential deposit bonuses. So use that first link in the description to check it out. Now, let's talk about the Bitcoin charts. The last 3 monthly candles have closed basically just around the 2017 previous all-time high for Bitcoin, which came in at like $19,900. This has been very, very interesting price action. We've been just managing to defend that line, but barely. And this monthly candle is pretty damn ugly for the month of August. Big fat red candle, strong rejection here at the 50-week exponential moving average. We can see the price did come up there, but blammo, we came right back down, finishing the month just above that key area of price support. I think if we start closing some candles, like a monthly or even a weekly candle down here in sort of like the $19,000 range or under $19,000, things could get real rough real quick for the cryptocurrency markets. Bitcoin has not been looking super awesome recently. Now, if we can manage a bounce here from this previous all-time high price support area, that's good. That brings a bit of hope in. Maybe we have found our bottom. But if we fail to hold that, if the September monthly candle closes below this orange line, not awesome. Not awesome at all. And again, historically, Septembers have been pretty rough months for the markets. We do also, worth noting, we are seeing Bitcoin currently at near record low RSI readings. Now, currently, the month of June holds the record for the lowest monthly RSI reading ever, but we're pretty damn close. We've been low for a while, although we have not reached oversold. But reaching an oversold RSI monthly reading would be brutal beyond belief. That would be like, $10,000 Bitcoin here, guys, and that's not something to necessarily want to see for the markets. I mean, oh, hey, great buying opportunity, but the carnage and chaos that causes would take a while to recover from. One interesting thing too, we can look at the MACD here, and the MACD has actually come back down, heading actually just below the zero line right now. So it's just like at, not even quite at minus 0.01, but it's just below the zero line currently. That is an area that has previously marked market bottoms, right? So if we go back and look back here into history a little bit, we can see last time we had that happening, where it actually started crossing underneath, that was deep into the bear market of 2015. And actually the bottom had already come in by that point back in January 2015. If we look back at, well, we didn't exactly touch the bottom, but we can actually see that at its lowest point here back in 2018, 2019, actually came in April of 2019. That was the lowest point here on the MACD before it started reversing higher. And of course, that actually came in just before a market rally. So likely we're closer to a bottoming scenario, or the bottom has already come in back here in June, according to this potential setup from the MACD. But things can always go lower. Things can always be worse than you imagine them to be. But right now, I think the market is pricing in a lot of fear, right? All this crazy is happening in the markets currently. We have what's happening in China and Europe and recessions and all this stuff. And look, Bitcoin hasn't been around for a gigantic global recession. We haven't been around for a Great Depression style global market event. We haven't been around for stagflation, which is likely what we're heading for. I'm making a video on that for you in a couple of days, so make sure to check that out. But yeah, we shall see how September plays out for our monthly candle. Will we break the curse and put in a green month? We're pretty damn close to important lows here, important support. So a green candle's not off the table because we are so low. But then the macro stuff comes in and we realize, well, there's still a long way that we could fall. And that's painful, but important to keep an eye on as investors. Anyway, what do you think? Are we going to go lower? Is the market still in a position of extreme peril? Or do you think that $19,900 line, that previous all-time high from 2017, is going to hold up on the monthly as support moving forward? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.